Hello, friends, and welcome to the Architecture Enthusiast and to the Austrian Postal Savings Bank by Otto Wagner. What is impractical can never be beautiful. Otto Wagner. In his 1896 Manifesto, Modern Architecture, Wagner expressed his ideal of practical and efficiently designed architecture. The purpose of beauty, he argued, was to give artistic expression to function. Extraneous ornament, therefore, was not only impractical and inefficient, it was also decidedly unmodern. Realized in two phases, the first in 1904 to 1906 and the second in 1910 to 1912, the Postal Savings Bank was Otto Wagner's first major building commission and allowed him to realize his functional principles of architecture for the first time. Polished marble, ebonized beechwood, nickel-plated and aluminum detailing, and everywhere broad panels of curved and beveled glass. This is not what one immediately associates with functionalist design, yet within Otto Wagner's Austrian Postal Savings Bank, it is the very materiality of the finely crafted stone, concrete, glass, wood, and metal that makes the building decidedly functional. Wagner's approach to design was closely tied to that of the Secession, a progressive group of Austrian artists, architects, and designers who pursued artistic rejuvenation in combining quality building processes with new materials and technologies and expressive modernist forms. Secessionist architects were drawn to the idea of Gesamtkunstwerk, or the total work of art, in which all aesthetic elements are subordinated to the whole effect. In practice, this concept promoted artistic craftsmanship across a wide spectrum of disciplines and favored collaborative models of creation over individual authorship. The Postal Savings Bank might well be considered a Gesamtkunstwerk and perfectly epitomizes Wagner's comprehensive approach to building design. Rising 7 stories and occupying an entire city block, the Savings Bank is one of the many monumentally scaled civic buildings erected in Vienna in the years 1880 to 1910, a period in which the historical city was transformed into a modern metropolis. In plan, the bank is nearly trapezoidal. The rectilinear central block is occupied by the main banking hall and is symmetrically flanked by triangular building wings, each perforated by a courtyard in which dozens of bank offices neatly align along the structure's perimeter. The linearity and systematized quality of the plan is echoed in the building's facade, an austere yet artful interpretation of the building as machine. Here, thin profile sections of white Sturzing marble are punctuated by aluminum bolts, precisely placed so as to create a mechanized aesthetic across the building's surface. The functional necessity of the bolts is not only left unconcealed, but is actually emphasized as the facade's primary ornament. But it is the bank's interior, and in particular, the central top-lit banking hall and adjacent office spaces, that most deftly asserts Wagner's functionalist approach to total building design. Framed by a riveted steel superstructure, the central banking hall takes the form of a glass atrium, and every surface, wall, counter, door, window, or pillar bears the trace of the craftsman. In laying out the interior spaces, Wagner sought to maximize efficiency and minimize the amount of daily cleaning and future repair. Wide hallways, elevator lifts, telephone lines, and a pneumatic tube system were installed to facilitate internal communication, and within the offices, adjustable partitions allowed bank employees to reform their workspaces according to desire and need. Materials were selected due to their durability, economy, and functionality. For the flooring, glass block, porcelain tile, and linoleum was laid over asphalt to create insulated, easily cleaned, and long-lasting surfaces. In high-traffic areas, marble wall paneling thwarts wear and prevents the need for repainting, and aluminum hot air blowers are not only sleek and sanitary, but occupy minimum floor space. The bank's furniture and detailing were also under Wagner's purview, and he developed an entire catalog of standard design furnishings that allowed for maximum economic and functional flexibility depending on the respective location and use of each piece. With the exception of the chief executive's office, where brass, velour, and mahogany was used in the furniture, light fixtures were made of aluminum, porcelain, and nickel, and the wood used in desks, cabinets, and counters and chairs was artfully treated beech. Thus, from its light fixtures to its systematic building plan, the Postal Savings Bank is both a manifestation of Otto Wagner's ideal of modern functionalist architecture and an exemplary work of secessionist design. In its austere lines, simple construction, and minimum use of materials exemplifies Wagner's belief that the architect always has to develop the art form out of construction.